The Council for Galactic Affairs, a tale of underestimation. The Council for Galactic Affairs had not always been so contemptuous of humanity. Decades ago, they had direct knowledge of Earth's unexpected power, its strategy, innovation, and a battlefield. Brilliance that shocked the galaxy. Back then, the Council had overreached itself in human space, thinking they were confronting a primitive, early-stage species. Instead, they encountered a strategic opponent, fierce, unpredictable, and cunning enough to leave scars on the Council's pride. Humanity's fleet proved resourceful, innovative, and terrifyingly eager for battle. The Council retreated to the last ship, chastened and cautious. They had learned then that Earth was not to be underestimated, but time dulls fear and memory. Over generations, the once vivid accounts of Earth's rebellion faded first into memory, then into myth, eventually dismissed by younger voices in the Council as exaggerated war tales, stories from old warriors long past their prime. The galaxy was vast, newer concerns had emerged, and with Earth now silent, content in its small patch of stars, the Council began to wonder, was caution still necessary? They believed Earth had grown complacent, passive, no longer a threat. Humanity, it seemed, had accepted its place, and that silence was mistaken for weakness. The tales of Earth's strength were now seen as embellishments, faded legends from a bygone age. Respect gave way to contempt, and contempt led to arrogance. Many in the Council came to view humanity as a minor player, a footnote in the galactic theater, once defiant, now docile. Some even proposed reasserting control, suggesting that Earth's resistance had been a one-time anomaly. Interesting, perhaps, but not dangerous. Emboldened by this new arrogance, discussions began in quiet council chambers. A new plan formed: expand, invade human-held territory. After all, Earth had remained within its borders for decades. No expansion, no contact. The moment felt right. A small force was quietly dispatched to test humanity's strength if there was any left. The assumption: minimal resistance, easy victory, a demonstration of dominance. Preparations were made, fleets assembled, soldiers briefed. And so a modest armada drifted into human space with quiet confidence. No fear, no urgency. They anticipated nothing more than a footnote in military records. But as their ships passed beyond the invisible boundary of human-controlled territory, they found nothing. No defenses, no response, system after system, quiet, empty. It seemed Earth really had grown soft. Their leaders laughed, joked of easy conquests. They didn't realize the eyes watching from the void. They didn't sense that the darkness of space was alive with purpose. They didn't know the force they had awakened had been waiting, silent, patient, ready. The hidden fleet. In a quiet stretch of space, far from any curious gaze, a fleet waited. Humanity's hidden blade, forged in secret, sharpened over decades. An armada bred from Earth's finest, descendants of warriors, engineers, and strategists raised on the memory of Earth's last stand. They were not just soldiers. They were purpose incarnate, trained from birth, selected for intellect, endurance, and resolve. Their ships were unlike anything else in the galaxy: advanced cloaking systems, silent running, railguns that hit like a small star, bending torpedoes that warped space to find their targets, AI-driven tactical systems capable of analyzing battle patterns and adjusting strategies within seconds. Every ship was built for speed, agility, and deadliness. They had waited, hidden in the nebula fields and asteroid belts, training, simulating, preparing, watching. They knew this day would come. They had seen it in the data, whispers from the shadows, council movements that betrayed their intentions. And now, confirmation. The breach had begun. The commanders assembled. No panic, only resolve. They had been forgotten, dismissed. Now they would be remembered. Final orders echoed through secure channels. Cloaking disengaged, engines hummed. Like ghosts emerging from the dark, the fleet moved, every ship in perfect formation, every commander in perfect sync. The reckoning, they struck without warning, without mercy. Council vessels, once smug and unchallenged, were instantly surrounded. A moment of silence, then chaos. Sensors flared, alarms screamed, commanders shouted, confusion reigned. Before the Council ships could react, railguns fired, torpedoes launched. Precision strikes calculated destruction. Key systems disabled, engines silenced. Human ships darted between cruisers like shadows. Drones swarmed, lasers sliced, communication nodes shattered, orders cut off. Council fleets, built for brute strength, crumbled under coordinated surgical assault. They had no time to adapt, no space to retreat. Their formations disintegrated, ships collided. On the Council bridges, admirals watched with growing horror. This wasn't a battle, it was a reckoning. Every Council move was predicted, countered, matched with eerie familiarity because humans knew their strategies, knew their weaknesses. They had studied, prepared, waited, and now struck. Across the stars, in the dark silence of human space, the message was clear. Humanity had not gone soft. They had gone silent. And silence is the deadliest answer of all. The trap unfolds. The armies of the Council tried to collapse, return, but the human fleet showed no quarter. Ships advanced ruthlessly, blocking escape routes, tightening their arrangement around the opponent. A bomber squadron launched a bold sprint through the heart of the enemy. Kinetic charges were dropped by the Council's fleet. They detonated with destructive power, dividing their ranks even more. The Council commander tried to rally, to restructure their lines, but the human ships were slipping through the cracks everywhere, striking from strange perspectives. Each second delivered a new punch, a new surge of destruction. Supply lines had been cut off, fuel and ammunition depots targeted, carriers burst into light. The Council fleet, once well organized, now existed as a patchwork of broken ships and desperate maneuvers. Officers yelled contradictory directives. The formerly unified command structure began to splinter. There was a dawning understanding. They had walked into a trap, an enemy's ambush meticulously planned, and they had been expected. When the Council made a last-ditch effort to counterattack, mobilizing their remaining vessels for an assault on the human flank, it was already too late. Humans repositioned with uncanny smoothness, preventing any wave from opening fire. Strikes hit the Council's heart. Lead ships were shattered. Human strategies pushed them back, combining the ancient with the new. Firepower met deception. Each Council attempt to regroup was met with another round of carefully planned hits. With every passing second, Council troops became more confused, their original self-assurance destroyed. What was supposed to be simple now became desperate, a battle not for dominance, but for survival. Their commanders recognized the seriousness of their miscalculation. They began to contemplate retreat, but retreat was no longer an option. Humanity had sealed the escape routes, trapping them, outwitting them. The Council fleet, under constant pressure, could not reassemble. Humans exploited every flaw, compelling the Council to face the truth. They had underestimated us, and now they were paying the price. This skirmish was no longer just a battle. It was a lesson, a harsh reminder of the power they once feared and foolishly forgot. Overwhelming force meets superior strategy. The first onslaught left the Galactic Council in shock. They now changed their approach, assuming that overwhelming force would change the tide. They deployed dreadnoughts, massive artillery, fighter swarms, experimental weaponry. Their strategy, pure might. But the humans were prepared. As the Council advanced, the human fleet moved with a fluidity that defied traditional strategies. Rather than confronting them head-on, they broke into mobile strike units, darting in and out of sight, hitting weak points, then disappearing before retaliation was possible. They maneuvered erratically, quickly exploiting every vulnerability. Some ships slipped behind enemy lines using cloaking devices, delivering surgical strikes to vital systems. The Council warships, designed for direct conflict, were unprepared. Their dreadnoughts, built for prolonged sieges, were too slow, too heavy. Their once impenetrable energy shields shattered by concentrated human firepower. Dogfighting tactics eradicated human pilots who moved evasively, evading detection, preventing retaliation. Crucial scenes of bravery emerged. A young fighter pilot plunged into the heart of the Council fleet, dancing through hostile fire with impossible reflexes. He struck the engines of a Council battleship, a single perfect shot, and disappeared as it exploded behind him. Elsewhere, a veteran commander led a frigate through a breach in enemy lines, launching a crippling salvo, shutting down a vital command vessel. The Council was reeling. Every move was anticipated, every tactic countered. They deployed gravity bombs, plasma torpedoes, precision beams, and still there was a countermeasure for each. Their targeting systems were jammed, their weapons misfired, their plans were unraveled. The humans were not just fighting, they were outthinking them. Every loss mounted, ships disabled, crews abandoned, commanders once certain of victory now faced with the undeniable truth of their defeat.